Hi there. I want to share something with you about the way other people make their decisions and give their news reports and so on, even as we go to the alternative media and seek to get our info from there. There is a newsletter I got. Well, it's actually called Message to Eagle. And this one is, the headline is New Solar Storm Could Be Worse Than Expected, Space Weather Experts Warn. Now, this is from the 6th of March, and there's a lot of talk out there about a potential solar event. And, you know, the solar wind and the sun is what's bringing in the energy that's helping to convert us. And the part of the cosmos that we're entering into, we're in the photon belt now. 1221, I think, is just when we're dead center, so to speak. But we're in it now. It's got a higher frequency, and that's what we're feeling. That's what's feeling like it's oppressing us and weighing us down. It's not. It's lifting us up. But what it does is it exposes any of the darkness, anything that needs to be cleansed, transmuted, purged, gotten rid of. And so, you know, if you're squeaky clean and pure, then you're probably not having any difficulties with this at all, and you're just going off into samadhi. And of course, it's harder on those who don't have a body that's healthy. So, so here are these people worrying over this solar storm and potential solar cycle event. The language that they're using really borders on fear-mongering. You can tell that they're frightened behind their concern. Now, if we look at this reasonably, most everything would survive a solar event. If we got notice of it, it would be good to be indoors, and you know, it penetrates the houses anyway, but at least we have some barrier that way. The thing is, though, the wildlife and everything that knows how to survive on its own is going to be fine. The big concern here is the satellites and the power grid. And it doesn't have the fail-safes in it to protect it from this kind of a thing. And so the concern is that if the power grid goes down, everybody's toast. You know, I mean, that means they can't even pump gas at the gas station, and so on and so on and so on. And so we're not so much in danger as our way of life is in danger. Do you see? Those who are off the grid, those whose power is solar or something alternative, will probably do just fine. So this is a challenge more to our way of life than our life. And these people, okay, every 11 years the sun releases a shock wave, a tsunami of radiation that could wipe out communication, weather satellites, GPS, spy satellites, internet, television, and more. All this could be wiped out. Okay. And it goes on more like that. Let's see, a massive solar storm can have devastating consequences on our global infrastructure and economy, says Michio Kaku. Imagines large cities without power for a week, a month, or a year. Again, you're going to be better off in the country than you are in the cities. What bothers me here is, well, it's the way they're interpreting things. They're not seeing anything good about this at all. They're clueless about the consciousness raising effects of all that we're going through. And a geomagnetic storm could shatter nations all over the earth. Come now. I'm sure, you know, earlier man, Cro-Magnon or whatever, you know, the creatures who live in the midst of Mother Nature will do just fine. They're adapted to it. Okay? So when people are giving us these kind of reports, they're filtering it through their own fear, their own belief systems, and don't believe, don't buy in. Okay? Fear is the worst energy to date that I know of. It cuts us off from our own intuition, from our higher self, from our communion. It's lousy, no good, and something that I think we need to work through. Sit with it. Envision a worst case scenario. Envision it. Figure, okay, worst case scenario, what would I do? How would I handle it? Remember, we're divine. We can't be killed. All right? No matter what happens to these bodies we wear, we're fine. We're fine. So this is a petition to do all you can to step into your divinity and out of your humanity where the fear abides. We'll be fine. And, you know, the higher our frequency gets, the better able we'll be able to handle such things. Okay, took a phone call there, so I lost my train of thought. But I want to say that it's a really good idea not to be trusting any kind of news we're given, and to realize that unless the people that are seeing the situation are perfected in some way in their consciousness, unless they're in higher consciousness, you're going to get their fear vibe. You're going to get their interpretation of what they think it means, and they're just not necessarily right. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And I guess you guys know that. It's just that, you know, maybe someone hasn't put that one together yet. Sorry about the wet hair, but, you know, it just is what it is here. Okay. I've been feeling physically heavy and kind of wiped out, you know. It's been highs and lows kind of a thing for me. Obviously, when that divine dance mystical union thing came through, I was high beyond high. My system is clearing out just like anyone else's, and so once some of the stuff is cleansed, your consciousness will raise. But maybe it'll be a roller coaster for a while. We've got it to go through, and putting it off or running away from it isn't going to bring us any success, not the way I see it anyway. So buckle up, I guess, and just be patient with you. As we know we're divine, and as we rely on that, it minimizes the challenges. It puts them in a different perspective. I mean, if you are a source being, an emanation, a direct emanation of source or God, it's like Daniel Brinkley says, you know, the guy who was struck by lightning 2 or 3 different times and had NDEs. What if God couldn't come today and so he sent you? What difference did you make? What good did you do? Well, God did send you. I mean, you are God in the flesh. It's covered over with some stuff that's being burned off now. And so I think we should all do our best not to let it get you down so far that you're feeling crushed under the weight of it. As we keep surrendering and knowing that all is well and that we are divine, we'll make it through. We'll make it through just fine. We've got all kinds of help that we just can't see right now. I keep getting things out of the corner of my eye, you know, little flashes and different things. So it won't be too long, my friends, and we'll be seeing our other friends, our heavenly helpers, if you will. And we'll be seeing the dark guys that are wanting to challenge us. So be ready for that too. Be ready for just anything. And let's have some fun with it. I mean, even this, even being so weighted and burdened and the rest of it, if and as we get into the flow, there's such a good feeling to that, like I'm feeling right now. It feels great. It's nurturing, it's sustaining, and it's helping to raise us up. So this is a mini pep talk, okay? Hang in. See you again soon.